Colorado is known for its diverse landscapes, including the Rocky Mountains, high plains, and desert lands. It is home to various national parks, including Rocky Mountain National Park and Mesa Verde National Park, and boasts a thriving tourism industry, especially for outdoor recreation, including rock and ice climbing, snow sports, fishing, water sports, and motorcycling. For many motorcycle riders, exploring Colorado motorcycle roads is the ultimate motorcycle touring dream and perhaps the top most coveted motorcyclist destination in America. Many of America's most breathtaking stretches of the Rocky Mountains are found within this abundantly blessed state. Also, Colorado completely rolls out the red carpet for visitors, and so riders will find a large array of amenities to take in when it's time to pull over and get off the bike. Some of the favourite motorcycle ride destinations are Durango, Rocky Mountain National Park, Aspen and Breckenridge, our destination for today.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So we're just cruising the main street in
Cripple Creek,
Colorado. So been an eventful morning, but it's looking a lot better now. So yeah, so hasn't it, Michelle?
It has. I was so excited this morning when we opened the blinds and then the window to see snow everywhere. So, and it was still snowing too. There was heaps of little flurries, and yeah, we got out and walked around in it and took some photos. Stu made a snowball. So yeah, pretty cool. It's all melted off now, except on the high peaks and stuff. So we thought we'd be stuck here for the night, instead of going to Breckenridge where we are booked in to go, but we are now on our way to Breckenridge. Breckenridge.
Yeah. So this was all just covered in snow this morning. Only a dusting. Both police cars there, but they had like probably 2 inches of snow on top of it.
Yeah, there was lots of cars that had snow all over them, and driving down the road and they had snow all over them still. It's so cool.
So yeah, the temperature's increased a lot since we first ventured outside this morning. It's now 5.5 degrees Celsius.
That's boiling. Got a t-shirt on, no gloves.
Our good friend Joe Magley sent me a message this morning. Joe Magley from Arkansas, and said that the weekend after Sturgis finishes, they have a veterans bike rally here. And they conduct a service up at that cemetery there. We are around about 9,500 feet where we are here. And Breckenridge is around about the same elevation, so it is pretty likely that we'll end up with a bit more snow overnight. But we've got 2 nights in Breckenridge, so tonight if it snows, tomorrow we can enjoy a bit of white stuff on the ground. So it looks like we've got a pretty little canyon ride right now, which is awesome. Some of my favourite riding is riding through canyons.
That's beautiful. All the colours, the red rocks, the green trees, the yellow trees. Yeah, amazing.
It's going to be take our time day today. We've got some beautiful roads to go on. We've got some beautiful scenery, so there's certainly no rush. We just want to take along and enjoy the scenery, to be honest. So look at that cliff face there. That's just
beautiful.
Absolutely stunning. Stunning. Because Shell's way behind and
Centrally located in the beautiful Colorado Rocky Mountains, Tarryall River Ranch was originally founded as a working cattle ranch during the Tarryall Gold Rush of the late 1800s. Today, the family-owned ranch is open to the public for day rides and private events. Offering a full equine program with miles of trail riding, hiking, excellent fishing and authentic Western experiences, they strive to create a rejuvenating and restorative environment for their guests to experience the beauty of Colorado and build lasting memories. Exploring the breathtaking scenery of Pike National Forest and the Lost Creek Wilderness from the back of a horse.
For a quick study in Rocky Mountain ecosystems, you could hardly find better instruction than Guanella Pass. This well-settled road leapfrogs the steep divide between the South Platte and Clear Creek watersheds, passing through a succession of distinct environments. The lower elevations are green and wet, thick stands of spruce, fir, aspen and pine rising along cascading creeks. Higher up, the streams snake through broad meadows, succouring thirsty mammals, nesting birds and the industrious beaver. The road crests at 11,700 feet, well above timberline, where every spring the grasses and flowers stubbornly renew and the fragile tundra thaws and blossoms. This old logging and mining area, flanked by Mount Bierstadt and Mount Evans, boasts two of the state's best preserved Victorian towns, Silver Plume and Georgetown, our next stop. In 1858, two Kentucky-born brothers named George and David Griffith set out west in search of gold. On August 1st, 1859, George discovered gold at the base of the mountain that now bears the family name. The Griffith mining district was formed in June 1860, and soon afterwards, the town of Georgetown was formed. What started as a humble mining camp in the Kansas Territory eventually became home to thousands of people in the 1870s, 80s and 90s.
Georgetown is known for its wealth of silver. The discovery of a rich lode of silver ore on the ridge of Mount McClellan skyrocketed the notoriety of the town. The town began to develop banks, stores, a local newspaper, the Barton House, saloons, jails and churches. Georgetown had evolved into a refined community of white picket fences and came to be called Silver Queen of the Rockies.
Spirits were high in 1877 when the Colorado Central Railroad picked its way through Clear Creek Valley. The train promised supplies, tourists, investors, and visions of an easier lifestyle. However, the US government had discontinued the coinage of silver in 1873, and silver ore prices declined, making the future uncertain.
In 1893, after the repeal of the Sherman Silver Purchase Act, a depression set over the entire state of Colorado. Residents of Georgetown had to look for work elsewhere, forcing businesses to close and making the population dwindle. The Silver Queen had been battered and bruised after its brief brush with fame and fortune. However, the future of the ski industry would soon reinvent this mountain town.
Silver Plume, which is located a couple of miles west of town, was the rowdy town where most of the miners lived. Georgetown, on the other hand, was where the mine owners lived, and a little bit more civilised. The town appealed to tourists from all over.
Georgetown has since attracted a slew of different industries, from banking to trade and various types of businesses. It has also become a diverse population with Irish, African American, English, Italian, German, Swedish, Chinese, Russian and others.
These days, summer is the peak season in Georgetown, mostly due to the Georgetown Loop Railroad. This historic town has been using the train tracks to deliver both goods and people as far back as the middle of the 19th century. In the winter, the local draw card is Loveland Ski Area, 12 miles west of the Continental Divide. Pass, at nearly 12,000 feet, is a high mountain pass that is considered to be especially treacherous during the winter months. A steep, steady 6.7% grade, along with numerous hairpin turns on either side, make it difficult to snowplough the road regularly. Occasionally during the winter, the pass road may be closed by a blizzard, and all traffic must use the Eisenhower Johnson Tunnel on the I-70. Even the normally forbidden vehicles carrying hazardous materials.
The Gore Range is the jagged mountain range that dominates the eastern skyline as seen from Breckenridge, and the western skyline as seen from Silverthorne and North Summit County. The Eagle's Nest Wilderness encompasses most of this small but rugged mountain range.
Carved from a block of 1.7 billion year old basement granite that was uplifted around 20 million years ago, the Gore are some of the youngest and most rugged mountains in Colorado. Geologists have found fresh fault breaks in glacial moraines, suggesting that the mountains continue to grow.
The Gore Range was named for Lord Gore, who apparently was a horrible person noted for slaughtering thousands of animals for target practice in the mid-1800s, and who never even set foot in these mountains. The native Utes called this mountain the Shining Mountains, and there's a recent movement to rename the range back to the original name.
Well, at this stage, we ran out of video battery, so we had to pick up our Breckenridge adventure the next day, after checking into our awesome apartment, a hot spring swim, and then a delicious dinner.
Breckenridge, or Breck to the locals, is a charming mountain town and a popular ski resort located in the heart of the Colorado Rockies. Known for its year-round activities, historic downtown, and vibrant atmosphere. It's a destination for adventure seekers and nature lovers alike, with a rich history dating back to the Gold Rush era.
Breckenridge is the county seat and most populous municipality of Summit County, Colorado. The town's permanent population is over 5,000, but also has many part-time residents, as many people have vacation homes in the area. The town is located at the base of the 10-mile range, part of the larger Gore Range.
Since ski trails were first cut in 1961, Breckenridge Ski Resort has made the town a popular destination for skiers. Summer in Breckenridge attracts outdoor enthusiasts with hiking trails, wildflowers, fly fishing in the Blue River, mountain biking, nearby Lake Dillon for boating, whitewater rafting, 3 alpine slides, a roller coaster, and many shops and restaurants up and down Main Street. The historic buildings along Main Street with their clapboard and log exteriors add the charm of the town.
Prospectors entered what is now Summit County, which was then part of Utah Territory, during the Pikes Peak Gold Rush of 1859, soon after the place of gold discoveries east of Breckenridge near Idaho Springs. Breckenridge was founded to serve the miners working rich placer gold deposits discovered along the Blue River. Placer gold mining was soon joined by hard rock mining, as prospectors followed the gold to its source veins in the hills.
Breckenridge's climate is considered to be a high alpine, with the tree line at 11,500 feet. Winter lows are quite severe, but afternoons average around the Fahrenheit freezing mark, or minus 17 Celsius. Summer means are above 50 Fahrenheit or 10 Celsius in spite of the very cool mornings. We spent 3 nights in Breckenridge, desperately hoping for snow. However, the only snow was on the peaks of 10 Mile Range, high above the town.
Join the Silver Gypsies on our upcoming episodes as we ride a 2-week journey on fantastic roads with several friends and showcase the beautiful Australian Alps, southern coastal regions, scenic mountain villages and iconic Australian outback towns.